So here you see, this is, yeah, I will do it. So here you see what was before the energy consumption in Wala, in Lib. It was around 102 kilowatt per cubic, and in Lib 1.1. And now we reduce in Wala to 0.89 and in Lib to 0.71. Why the difference? This is system-wise, because the system in Wala is not like Lib, therefore there is the difference in the energy saving. And you see by kilowatt cost 8 or 9 fills in Jordan, which is also not the real cost. We let's save every year by both pumping station more than 300,000 euro, I think around 320,000. The cost for investment was around 700. That means in 2 years again, you can cover your cost. We do that. Important thing, what we learn. So you have to look in the system. You have to work with partner. Very important, the supporting from the your end user. We got really, I like to thank you, Amer, again, for your supporting. Yeah. So, thank you very much. So, I forget now, Mr. Ghazi. So, sorry for that, okay? So, end of the day, partnership, German and Jordan is very important. Without this partnership, you will never have success. Thank you very much, and I hope I have one. Thank you very much for your attention.
I want to thank all of our speakers. Dr. Mokbel, I also thank you for this valuable presentation and the case studies from Jordan. It's a good case studies and focusing in our pump stations. Yeah, if we're looking for our pump station in Jordan, there is a lot of potential in this field. Hope for next future we're focusing on that, and with our partner from the manufacturer, it's a partnership between the utilities and manufacturer and even the consultant firms to improve these sectors. Thank you all. Now we have 10 minutes for discussion, for questions. It's in general, you can ask the 4 speakers. So we will start questions and
thank you so much for the all presenters. And my question is to Dr. Amer. We have experience with WILO in Yemen, and I have actually 2 questions. As I know, you have more than 1 production lines in Germany and also in other countries. So my question is, do you have the same process and the same procedures in all production lines, or there is something has to be done in Germany for the whole production, I mean, especially of your pumps? I mean, it is the same process in all countries, or something has to be done in Germany? This is the first question. And the second question, it is good to see that you have services workshop or plants here in Jordan, which is good for the maintenance process, which we need also in Yemen, and we hope to have this. As you know, we have more than 200 submersible pumps from WILO during last 3 years, and we're still facing a lot of problems with these pumps. We have a lot of communications, a lot of emails, a lot of justifications, a lot of good graphs and good documentations, but in the field, we are still facing these problems up to now. Thank you so much.
So, thank you so much for your question and for your remarks, of course. So, for the first question, WILO has, let's say, quality management. In terms of quality management, we have one or let's say standard how we produce the pump. So But now, in every country, you have a specific request for that. We try now in Arabic country, we are just starting. We are in Europe always strong, in USA and so on. In Arabic country, we start later on that. Now we try to be present ourselves in every country and to customize the product, because you cannot use it, the German producing 100 or European producing 100% in Jordan or in Saudi Arabia, or in, look like climate, look the sand. There is a lot of also the operation methodic, yeah, is completely different, yeah. The quality of water. So we have to customize this product. We cannot customize this all the way from Germany. Therefore, we our plan to put in every country a facility to customize and to be also, the second question, to be service-wise near to the customer. Of course, we cannot do in every country, yeah, but we call it platform. So, for example, for the Gulf area, we have our platform in Dubai, and from there we let's say manage all Gulf area. So here in Jordan, we start now with a rep office, and later on with our own facility. But in such country, we are not able to be there. We have then service partner here, like Arar here, our partner in Jordan. We train them, we give him certificate, he do also the service for us. So I think, I hope I have answered your question. If not, let us. Not? Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot make services in all countries. It's too difficult for all companies. But what about those countries? I mean, we have more than 1,000 pumps from different companies, and we have only more problems with WILO. How to solve this problem?
Yeah, sorry, in which country? I don't know.
Yemen.
Yemen?
Yes.
Okay. So Yemen is supported by Dubai, because you know the situation now in Yemen. Also we cannot be present. We are not allowed to go. If now Yemen say tomorrow I will be present in Yemen, because this is a potential country. So but from Dubai, of course, if you have any problem, then we can then contact directly me, because I am responsible for this, and we will find solution for Yemen.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for presentation. Just I have a general question for the WILO and or NIVUS. I know any research to reduce the cost of the operation and maintenance in any water treatment plant, or it's very important. And but if we need to reduce the power cost, so we have study, economic study. If you said to me, you make a research in our plant and said you should be change the pumps or change this is need investment. Investment sometimes over I cannot put investment by million to reduce the cost of the power by, we need economic research before I take decision to go and to step or back or stay in my place. So I think to reduce the power, this is need economic research before you go to do it or no. Thank you.
Yeah. So can start. Or I can start, up to you. Yeah, okay. Of course, I agree with you 100%. So you cannot go direct. You have to do a lot of analysis, economic analysis before. And before we started the project in Jordan, the ministry, in cooperation with GIZ, was studies economical and technical. These issues more than, I am not sure, more than 5 years ago, until come out the plan. We are all, end of the day, supplier. We can help, we can support, but we are not consultants. So there is a lot of consultants in the company, like Dorsch, like Engicon, local and international, was really doing good job before. And that was help us to make the decision to invest also in the country, was helpful. Without studies, I agree with you 100%, is not effect. So you can then have big surprise also in the investment if you don't study before. So not only economical, also technical. So this is my experience.
Thank you.
Mr.
Yes.
Malik.
Thank you, everybody, for your presentation. If you allow me, I just want to elaborate a little bit about, the whole, dealership here, because you have, as WILO, shown one side of the, of the picture here, and I, at the time, will utilize this elaboration to answer, our colleagues' questions and concerns here. Actually, all of these activities regarding this kind of partnership, it came out on the arena of the Ministry of Water and Irrigation, Water Authority of Jordan. So we were the provider of the concept, the outsourcing concept. So it was a partnership have been established between Water Authority of Jordan, PMU, and MWI with the GIZ technical support, from Germany, and with the consortium of WILO, Engicon, and other partners. So it became under the PSP and PPP arrangement. So we were conducting preparing, the first, information and data, and we have calculated the potentials of energy saving under the project which we call the Improvement Energy Saving. It was actually proceeded through the first phase, where we have conducted an assessment to the Jordanian actual pumping stations and well fields, and we have established this database. And then we prepared what's so-called the performance-based contract, the performance-based concept contract, where we have established the attractiveness, for our partners, where WILO have been shown actually a very good experience here regarding, the provision of the technology, and the GIZ have been supporting us in the technical issue and technical support, where we monitor these contracts, and it was, a transparent contract, it was a competitive, and it was going through all kind of procedures, to fulfill actually or assure the integrity in this regard. So it's a business, it's a big actually model here we have found, and I think it's for WILO, it is a good experience here they gain when you have faced, this huge hammers or, One major component you didn't mention here is that also we consider the mode of supply. The mode of supply also have been taken over and also helped, But what we have here, the outputs that we have seen here, that we are within 2 years actually saving around 320,000 euros, from one pumping station. I think it's a huge figure, and it is a very, very good, output we see here. This is actually an advantage that we are gaining from the performance-based contract. So the concept is to follow the performance-based concept, and don't worry about, the provision of the financier. You always find a way to find what's so-called actually the sharing of financing of such a project. So I hope that this model will be expanding, this will be disseminating. We are now in this phase 2, and we are now contracting around 22 million projects, on this basis. So it is very incentivized, and it's a model actually, I think, relevant to Jordan. So it's a very good experience here established. So thank you for your presentation. I just want to a little bit elaborate on our partnership with the Technical University of Berlin, Iyad, and Dr. Pateas, yeah? Thank you. Also, we have also opened this door for this kind of partnership, and they have conducted some kind of studies, optimization of the wastewater treatment facilities and treatment plants. I just want to tell you that Mr. Yasser have been mentioning that we have only 2 days back, we have signed, the contract with the consortium to reconstruct, Aqaba wastewater treatment plants, and this treatment plants also under another dealership where we will have a zero electricity consumption from the grid. So it is a main plant with co-generation with solar energy, and it's also, our involvement financially was very, very low. So it is under a dealership where we, purchase our effluent for the next 10 years, and the investment is coming from the payment for, the cost of this water. So these kind of models have been developed in Jordan, and they are very beneficial. Thank you. Sorry for being too long.
Thank you. And thank you for sharing Jordanian approach and the plan in this sector. This is the benefit from this type of sessions to knowledge transfer, to experience transfer. So let us take the last question because we passed the time from Mr. Holger.
Okay, if you allow, I don't want to ask questions because I myself, for example, started the investigation in Iberia, for example, it was about 10, 15 years before. And so what Mr. Mokbel explained, for example, this is the end of the chain. For example, with the assistance from GIZ, we did a lot of investigations here in Jordan, for example, in order to see where is the potential. And I like to add, for example, many engineers have, he's not here, many engineers think, the pump is expensive. When I analyzed in Jordan, a submersible pump sometimes takes just 2% of the energy, is 89%, 98% during the lifespan on energy. So this is just a small portion, the investment for the pump, compared with the energy consumption for the whole life. And when I see here is now really doubled the energy. But the question is why pumps are not working? For Iberia, it was a high-performance pump before. It was a perfect pump, for example, SPP British pump, but it was completely wrong selected. For example, the pump should work on 250 cubic meter, but was working on, specified for 420. For example, it was completely, this is very often, for example, that pumps are wrong selected or the operation condition has changed. Don't hesitate when the operation condition has changed, change the pump. Even if you say it's costly, but at the end you will gain, what you have seen here after 2 years. This was an extreme case. I went to Iberia because I have stable operation conditions. For example, there we really can see what we gained. It's more difficult when you're pumping into the system. So we as a German, for example, we are from Hamburg, for example, there was a question, for example, there's no difference in the pumps, for example, from the Middle European pumps if they are specified for Hamburg or they are specified for Jordan. But it needs a lot of specification before you really check. And in certain areas you have higher salinity and these things, you have to look to the specification of the pumps. And you have to operate the pumps in your designed area, otherwise you destroy the lifespan. And if I add at the end, for example, one important thing, for example, I was working for GIZ, and there were some countries here like for energy outlet. They want to spend a lot of energy outlet. I think, guys, look, at the end from energy outlet, you have paper. But look for your whole pumping cycle. I went in one country and said, okay, let's show me your workshop. You do the maintenance for the pumps. Why, after the maintenance, the pumps has not a good condition again? We went to the workshop and there were no team. There were no team. And they didn't change the hydraulic parts. At the end, for example, the pump delivers the water, but it's not improving the efficiency after maintenance. So look to your whole cycle, for example, in order to keep the pumps in good operation and in a long lifespan. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Holger. Now it's the end of our session. Maybe it's the dinner time, the lunch, sorry, the lunch time. So I would like to thank our speakers, thanks our audience here for your patience and good listener for our speaker and for your contribution with our speaker. Thank you all. The stage is still open. If there's somebody don't need to go to the lunch, to stuck with his speaker or to have a special discussion with his speaker. Thank you all speakers, audience for attendance. Thank you.